Hello and welcome to Reality Check. Hi, I'm Mark Pellegrino, and today I'm going to talk about tolerance. In case you haven't already noticed, the focus of most reality checks is on concepts that have been corrupted by common usage, away from meanings intended to promote liberal values to meanings intended to promote illiberal values.
What do you mean?
Thus, the meaning of rights has been corrupted away from a liberal freedom of action to an illiberal entitlement to stuff. Equality has gone from sameness before the laws of men and nature to the use of force to make outcomes the same. Likewise, selfishness has morphed from holding one's interests as a primary to an evil form of greed that deprives others of what they rightfully should have. And finally, capitalism, once a system defined by complete individual sovereignty and choice, is now a tool for enslavement and inequality that requires violent intervention to correct. You get the picture, yeah? In all cases, liberal values emplaced to mitigate violence by subordinating it to reason are replaced by illiberal values intended to achieve social ends through violent intervention in human affairs. Now, the concept of tolerance has gone through a similar transformation. At one time, tolerance was the understanding that reasoning beings with differing opinions, ideas, and ideologies must abstain from violence against those with whom they disagree. The virtue of abstaining from violence and either attempting to persuade or, failing that, living and let live has been the glue that holds a society together and keeps it free. It was through this liberal form of abstinence that America was able to achieve a truly pluralistic society for the first time in recorded history, where multiple denominations of and even different schools of religion and political thought were able to exist together without bitter rivalry and overt violence. Then along came illiberalism, and tolerance became synonymous with acceptance.
It's the same thing, right?
Now, agreeing not to harm or interfere with those who differ with you is not the same as actively embracing their ideology or worldview as if it is as legitimate as your own. Because that's what acceptance means, you know. It means embracing a concept, practice, or idea as if it is the equal of yours. But what if it isn't? What if your assessment of reality forbids such an embrace? The former solution was that you didn't have to embrace anything that went against your conscience or assessment of the good. But you also couldn't harm that person for offending your sensibilities or judgment either. And that was a good thing, because compulsory acceptance kills tolerance. I'm going to say that one more time. Compulsory acceptance kills tolerance. In fact, any type of unjust compulsion has the effect of killing the better angels of our nature and often breeds a deep subterranean resentment in the person being compelled.
They drew first blood, not me.
Not exactly grist for the mill of a tolerant or benevolent society, but certainly the seeds of an intolerant one. Now, if you don't believe me or think that this is true, let's just look at two glaring modern examples where acceptance is conflated with tolerance: the issue of pronouns and the issue of cultural egalitarianism or multiculturalism. In the first case, we were not merely asked to live with folks who had decided that they weren't going to abide by common gender roles and leave them alone, as tolerant society would require. We were told that misgendering was an act of violence. We watched as people who couldn't keep up with the constantly growing stream of identities, or even those who would have tolerated but not accepted the new nomenclature, were canceled or publicly abused by an intolerant minority seeking acceptance. This violence inspired a backlash which has extended to the banning of books, curricula, and even political retaliation against companies that do embrace the new norms. In the second case, we are told to embrace other cultures as the equal of Western civilization. Though the attacks on those who refuse are far less impactful than the threatened jail time, losses of career, or social standing that accompanied misgendering, the lack of toleration for the perspective that not all cultures should be embraced as equally legitimate is rampant in academia and engenders verbal and sometimes physical violence in the name of acceptance.
You just called the witness a white supremacist.
No, I referred to the words, not to the person.
I have fought my entire life for freedom around the world. Skin color has nothing to do with ideas. Where you came from geographically is irrelevant. What's relevant is what's true.
So here's the deal. Tolerance isn't acceptance, and you as a citizen of a free country don't have to be accepted or accept others to live in peace with them. Your neighbor is not responsible for your self-esteem, and you are not responsible for theirs. They are not obligated to make you feel all fuzzy inside.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood, a
beautiful day for a neighbor. Could you be mine?
Nor are you obligated to tickle their fancy.
Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
Imagine the horror of a society that actually obligated itself to live by that moral standard. Oh wait, we saw it, and it ain't pretty, it ain't peaceful, and it ain't tolerant. Check.